chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island.
Ah, yes, so it seems. For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies?
As a defensive measure, locking off that side of the...
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolution.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface. The flock of quail departs. Now more than on the islet, there is almost no wind, just the light movement, like a silent orchestra tuning, of great importance to the few who attend.
Yes?
Momentarily, the sounds are swept away. Pain shoots up your right foot.
I have. Is that why we're stopping?
The lieutenant nods in silence. Air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers, a low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box. The faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand. The low tide fills a silent hiss. Sea air moving through the needles of a pine tree. A jitter, a sound impatient to happen. You hear some kind of limb fidget, producing an imperceptible... No, it's just your imagination. You can't hear such things. ICM? This feels...
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the...
Sounds an awful lot like...
It does. The RCM may descend. It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly...
Nice political thoughts rush through. It's going to be hard to say them. Carrying around all that weight on a busted crutch is making you pant.
No one remembers the ICM. The connotation is less important each year. No.
With its horns in the sky. The symbol of the commune.
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
A DeLorean-era symbol of Insulinda. known as the face in the...
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on...
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
A flash of pain interrupts you.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there. In the dark corner, the blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete, you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to sleep. Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away, but you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go. Let her go? This is the Holy Queen of the territories of Mwindi. Win her back. How does that fit in here? And what is the Holy Suzerain doing here anyway?
Hey. I mean, hey to you too. I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry? Well, I'm in my head too. We're all in our heads. Sometimes. Not as often as I used to. So much time has passed.
This is everything I always warned you about.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't...
She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions. She sighs and looks... What are you doing? Stop saying things like...
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown. Oh, this. This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium.
She looks at the suitcase, not no...
Anyway. No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played up. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now. With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, she is not kissing you back. This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. I should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me. Her chest rising like a pillow, warm exhalation, hidden, distant, kept feels like soft fuzz, a bird, the world's most precious material, reserved for those she lets close enough to feel it. You are stealing a touch, a delicate wreath on her forehead, pressing into your temple. Her hand does not return the grip. Distrust. For you, the curve of her spine, her shoulders hunched. She keeps herself nothing, just pillows against you. Apricot-scented chewing gum. The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew, brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
No, I'm just Dora.
She breathes out heavily, as if something painful has passed through her, and shakes her head. She shakes her head one more time. The evening wind rustles.
Why did you do that to yourself? You know I don't cheat, Harry. I never cheated on you. No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see. I'm pregnant. Of course not. I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions.
More questions. Ask more.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it. That's not what figurines do, Harry.
She looks at the headless found right. The figurines don't do anything? Anything? Yes. A form of communication. Yes, it was a good idea. But she felt obliged by the headless phone rider to give you things in return. Things she no longer wants to give you. So,
Harry, I don't want things. I want to go to the aerodrome. I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked the headless fallen rider back then. I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day. The morning? I don't understand. Oh my God, Harry, stop. I can't do that anymore. I'm not 80 years old, I'm 32. People my age are not supposed to mourn. Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing? You're confusing me. I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
we all told you. Everyone warned you.
Everyone. Literally all of you.
I'm glad too, but I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't let them wait. It's impolite.
She does not look back. Instead, eyes her fingernails. They're bitten, frayed. The evening wind blows in. The gown wraps her.
Yes, Harry. I am. Things have gotten much better for me. Now that I am the rule.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists.
We both said a lot of things.
It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender, long fingers, in her wrists. Her hand wrote it, said those things.
As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters.
You need to recite it to her, for effect. All of it. No summaries.
Please, Harry, I just don't have time for this. Okay, stop. Yes. Are you happy now? Then why are you doing this? Very well. I wrote it. It was morning. You slept. It was 100 million years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest.
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs, her breasts, her...
The coolest. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants, smoking in the bus stop. I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day. And you were. The first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. It's a fact. But that is all it is. Yes, let's talk about that too. Let's bring it up, the zoo. In Le Jardin. The day we went east. It was just a day then, but to think. Were we there now, you could touch my hair. Kiss me.
That's sharp and precise.
No, it's all you. I always loved you for it, but it could not save us. It could not make me stay. In the end, your mind just told you, it's here, Harry. We are on Voyager Road. At the end of it, 300 meters from the stop. We used to come here to rent videos. There, you could not pay the electrical bill. It became a lightless tomb. The years you spent training for them.
Surely the alcohol didn't help either. You are right.
And my crown of immortality? No. You scared her out of me. With your crying, the awful time we wound up having. And can't you see? I can never think you're cool
A cheap rental with mold on the walls and the tap dripping.
Yes, I have found someone for whom I can feel the same. A copy of my love for you, only this time.
Your heart burns. Through the blackness you feel...
Harry, do you notice how none of this is very funny? You know what I meant. We're talking about it again. Came up again. This conversation is about 42. That is the light rail that took me to Quran, to school and work. Every morning. No human being should still remember the position of atoms such eons ago. It must feel unnaturally sad. A sadness so ancient, it is shared even by archaebacteria. Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. If you do not feel like doing that, then you should let me go to the aerodrome. It's not, but... I don't know why I said but. That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times.
Where in hell? Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything.
See? It just takes some time. For you, I think it'll take something like 20 years, maybe. It was hard for me too. But...
She keeps her shoulders squared and her back straight. But it's clear you're still making her sad.
It's okay. Yes. Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew. No, Harry. We already tried again, and it didn't work.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things, not you too.
I don't know. Please. Harry, we can't be together.
She avoids turning them to you. They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown.
You know what I mean. No, you don't. You've worked there for so long, you can't even talk like...
Questions? Did someone say questions?
This is another list, isn't it?
In descending order, usually. It's best to do...
It's not just the lists. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. People can't get that sad. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down for too long. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova. I am actually very ordinary, Harry. Below this gown and wreath, I have an ordinary soul, and this thing you've made me into. I'm sorry for saying so, but I just hate it. What is this? This is so far... My lungs do not glow, Harry. I am just like all the others. None of us have glow...
She will, once you have erected the Temple of Light. No answer. The arches of her brows quiver as she looks you in the eye and backs away from you. You won't do any of that. You can barely make her cry. An apricot-scented ghost wafts out of her. Her skin, the fabric, all the roads will miss her footsteps when she's gone from here. A completely different world.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30.
Lies, sire. She cannot but love you. She has said so 100 times.
No, that would only be painful and dull. At the aerodrome, life, love, and laughter are waiting for me. Light, life, culture. It's so much better than here. Everything, I have to wipe it all off me and be clean again. I want to be a good person again. Not this. Not what you made me into. That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really I won't see you, but you will see me. Oh, Harry, this is a dream. Can't you see? I'm all right here tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young, and I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time. Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child. See you tomorrow.
You're up quick. How was your sleep? I did not want to wake you. Perhaps I should have? Was it a job dream?
The lieutenant nods. So I understand. We've all been through similar things. It can be overcome.
Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep. Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor. Most are soft covers. Serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20 popular depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists T&T Harpin. Husband and wife, widely read by people from among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories. You find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then
Someone's made themselves a home.
oh yes, under the bed, There is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
Ouzia. I agree. Humanitarian sciences.
Your incendiary remark. Wasn't there some in the communist students' room?
Well, yes. That one.
The little books seem inconsequential next to the big pile of frivolous entertainment covering.
Whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests.
Interesting. Soft covers, serialized fantastique, and detective stories. An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo. The lieutenant puts his hand on.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring downstairs, somewhere? Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout. The kind that's favored by vagrants and fueled.
If anyone stayed here, they'd need a generator. A hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust.
I don't know. I'm not.
That is his idea of a joke. He nods approvingly. He even smiles.
Someone who has basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep.
The wind outside picks up suddenly, with a faint howl inside. You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one.
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable. Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control.
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel. The keys rattle like teeth. This key...
The console of an antique computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. Possibly. Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé. It sounds like this device was...
This device was used to control the electronics in the room. It could open doors, control lights, function as a radio computer. Nothing happens.
We need to restore power before using... We should look around outside. There are barrels all over. Maybe one of...
The boat engine.
But officer, then we would have to swim back to the mainland.
The consul stands by, mutely. The dial slides under the glass, silently. You make out an idea lights up in your head.
This is an air-gapped system. Of air, I think they call it. That won't... No, I'm not. But it would not be very good military technology if programmer ladies could control it remotely. Also, it's ancient.
A strange feeling, looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Perhaps there's someone there, under the water, where it is always, in front of the video rental, smelling of tutti frutti. Yes, cold and still. But yes. No, we're not starting with that. Not now. In the still mirror of the bay, you see Martinez, reflected. Tall edifices, islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into... The console is powered off and covered in dust. Urgence over.
Electrical devices do not work without electricity. We need to power the generator.
This old cylindrical generator. The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an...
That should do it.
A dim golden glow animates the console.
It's on. Turn
Automatic boot. The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in. A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit.
Don't worry, I have a gun. I know, it was not easy to acquire.
A dim golden glow, and the dial slides under the dusty glass, dark and silent, despite the power being.
Insular. This is an off-air radio computer, I believe.
It's an air-gapped system, an off-air military model. An old man, wearing tracksuit, then spits it out into the unclouded by cataracts. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man...
My eyesight? The what now? I can't hear you. I may have. Also, fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up. I did. And you opened it. How? I should have burned that console down. Reactionary rock and roll music.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating. It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it's a triangong.
Southeast Samaran made. Exotic. Must be.
A Samaran rifle.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Signal.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
You heard me. It's good.
He's right. Almost no one remembers there was a third metastasis of the world revolution in the...
They wouldn't like hearing their name in your mouth. Damn dog.
The lieutenant pulled his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
The words, I am.
And what rank would that be, dog? A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. It's out of bullets.
He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A straight...
The future.
The present.
The present to be afraid and cold. Real music. Real Proletkult.
Marching song.
There you go. One in Grad. They sang Brave Children, favourites of history. And in Signal it was... How did it go? Something about shooting rabbits.
He waves erratically with his hand, annoyed it was dear to him. He resents forgetting it. His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burned into the wood. Triangon, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao. The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, but
No one said it has to be a Belmagrave. We were just guessing.
from ballistics, it could easily have been a
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanti Shanti. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. The right type and the right calibre.
He's liking this. The old man keeps following you. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession in time.
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross. I am a deserter, a partisan.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
"51 minus 8 equals 43.
No. I've been on other islands, too. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E48, a nameless 43 years and 10 months. It's not how a human being should live, but I had to. I couldn't.
What have you been doing?
Hiding.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. 2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer, patrol officer Judith Minot, points west. The fishing village. The officers go, leaving behind the right.
Always waiting. For her to...
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution. It won't. The material base, the historic opportunity for our revolution has...
What has he done? Perhaps a confession would like...
Yes, what? To get things going again? Fan the flame?
There is no flame to fan. There is nothing left of the world, of our dreams. There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce. My name, I am...
The commune of...
From the... I left my...
51 minus 8.
No. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a... There's nothing serious. I ain't going.